5 minutes. That's all you need. No more feeling overwhelmed by the idea of creating complex layouts or intense trackers. Instead, when you're bullet journaling or any kind of journaling, all you really need to do to get started is just 5 minutes a day. Let me show you how. Start your day by sitting down with your notebook, maybe your favorite cup of coffee, and turn to your next blank page and write down today's date. Now write down what you need to do today as a short form bulleted list. I limited this list to around 5 actions, so it shouldn't take you any more than a minute or 2. Now you have your plan ready for the day. Just make sure to keep your notebook with you as you make your way through the day. Now, if you can't think of any actions to write off the top of your head during your morning ritual, don't worry. You'll be adding this list throughout the day using a process I call daily logging. Anytime you switch contexts from one task to another throughout the day, write down what you did and what you're going to do next. Then, when you take the action, cross it off. This is how you can quickly declutter your mind and keep track of what you've done and still need to do all day long. You may be asking, what about things that are not actions? I'm glad that you asked. There are 3 other types of bullets that we use to keep track not only of our actions, but of our thoughts, feelings, and the things that happen, events. So we have notes for tracking thoughts, like ideas, dates, or data. Then we have moods for tracking feelings, both emotional and physical, right? I feel pressure, I feel tired. And then events, which are for tracking things like appointments, meetings, parties. You can also pair bullets, such as logging an event, then adding notes or thoughts about that event, and then using the moods bullet to document how you felt about that event. Now, there are 2 rules that I offer you here. First, keep your entries to a single sentence. And second, only log what feels noteworthy. We have a lot of thoughts and feelings throughout the day. Each sentence you log should only take a few seconds to capture, which means that throughout the day, it'll only take you a few minutes to capture a dozen or so entries. If it takes you longer, of course, that's fine. Just be sure to keep it simple and focus on what matters. You now have a record of your notes, actions, moods, and events from the day. At the end of the day, reflect on your daily log. First, you want to update it. Mark any actions that you've taken as complete. It's a nice way to end the day becoming aware of our wins and our progress. For the actions that remain incomplete, now's a time to decide if they're still worth doing. Now's a good time to figure out what to delegate or what to eliminate. In our BUJO practice, we're always looking for ways to do less. By the end of the day, we have a different perspective and a different kind of context than we did earlier on. Something that may have felt important earlier on turns out not to be, and it makes it easier for us to let things go. Finally, look over the whole day. And if you feel like there's anything missing, now's a good time to write it down. It's a great way to clear your mind before you go to bed. At the beginning of every day, we begin again, just the same way as we did yesterday. After we've written down the date, we check our logs from the previous day gone by. Are any of these open actions due today? If so, we add them to today's daily log, along with any other actions that come to mind that you need to get done today. Now your notebook is ready to log your notes, actions, moods, and events as they surface throughout the day. Then, at the end of the day, you'll review all of this again to help clear your mind. Then tomorrow, we begin again. Over time, you might find yourself capturing less of what you feel obligated to and more of what is meaningful to you. You might find yourself capturing only essential actions rather than hoarding a bunch of busy work. At the end of the day, during your evening ritual, you might even find yourself moved by this objective record that you've created in your notebook of your experiences and of your progress. As you become more self-aware, your relationship to your thoughts and to your feelings and to your experience begins to change. Instead of feeling like a passenger in your life at the mercy of your never-ending to-do list, you start to feel more like the driver. You're in the driver's seat, sometimes even enjoying the ride, and of course, gently correcting course when needed, one sentence at a time. If you enjoyed this video, try checking out this video next for a deeper dive. Thank you for taking the time. See you in the next one. Happy bullet journaling.